Through the first 4 weeks of the Jets season, there's been plenty of talk about the play of quarterback Zach Wilson. The talk has mostly been about his struggles under center. However, on Sunday night against the Chiefs in a loss, he played arguably the best game of his career, which only furthered more questions about what Gang Green should do at QB1. Now, I'm going to ask some of those questions to Jack Stern of CBS Sports Radio, who's written a column titled "No Turning Back" for the Jets after Zach Wilson's uplifting performance. And Jack, you see him right there on your screen. He joins me now. Jack, how's it going, man?
It's going fantastic, except for the fact that it feels like football season's essentially over here, and we're just a week into October. But hey, as Jets and Giants fans, I think we're all used to it by now, right?
Yeah, but see, they don't want to get used to it, Jack. They don't want to get used to it. It feels like it's too early. You're right about that. It's too early. First week of October, and we're saying it's over already. It's not good, especially after the baseball season that was here in New York. Not good. Not good vibes at all. But, Jack, let's talk about the Jets, because on Sunday, Wilson, he threw for 245 yards, 2 scores, no picks, did lose a fumble. In your eyes, was this an impressive performance for the third-year QB?
It was not only an impressive performance, but it was the type of performance that Zach Wilson has really needed over the past couple of years. And he also did it in prime time against the Kansas City Chiefs team, which is projected by many to win their second consecutive Super Bowl. So, you know, with all of the eyes on him, Taylor Swift in attendance, the TV cameras out, he really came out and showed what he's capable of. And for the first time in his career, it finally came all together. I don't know if it's a product of playing at BYU, not being comfortable with the Jets system, or something entirely different, but whatever it was, it looked like something clicked for Zach Wilson. Now the key is going to be finding a way to carry that into their next contest against the Denver Broncos at Mile High Stadium this upcoming Sunday.
So you said right there, it looks like something may have clicked for Zach Wilson. There's a large sample size of underwhelming performances from Wilson, as opposed to what we saw on Sunday night. So should Jets fans believe that the quarterback has actually turned a corner, or do we need to see more?
Well, I'm not ready to say that he's turned the corner until we've seen him perform well for a couple of games in a row against much better defenses, right? I mean, Denver obviously has one of the best corners in the league in Patrick Surtain. And then we all know about the vaunted Eagles pass rush, which features Rookie of the Year candidate Jalen Carter as well. So the next 2 weeks are really going to be telling in the sense that we'll be able to find out whether or not Zach Wilson is the guy that we actually saw on Sunday. We're kind of at the stage of, will the real Zach Wilson stand up, right? Because nobody expected him to be thrusted into action this quickly, especially after they signed Aaron Rodgers. But now that he is playing, I don't think that any of the alternatives, and I wrote about this in my column as well, none of the alternatives, whether it be Kirk Cousins, Justin Fields potentially in Chicago, if he is made available, are necessarily going to elevate this team. So if you really want to find out if Wilson is going to be the guy, not just for next season, but moving forward, because at this point, the franchise's goal should be developing a franchise quarterback, not putting a Band-Aid solution on the decade-long issue, right? So if you want to see if this is a guy who can follow up Aaron Rodgers, if he's going to be your starter next season, Wilson really needs to show out. And whatever Rodgers does, frankly, is irrelevant, because even if he does come back, even if he does play next season, the guy is on the wrong side of 40. He's playing against time as much as he's playing against his opponent at this point. So you want a little bit of a youth movement at the position as well.
Fair point there. We know Father Time is undefeated as always. And you just talked about this because you wrote that the Jets should give Wilson the final 13 games of the season to have an opportunity to grow and develop. Can the team actually do that when currently they're built to win now? Do you think that can work?
You know, it's a little bit of a tough balance because they have so many pieces on defense, and general manager Joe Douglas was so diligent about going out and acquiring a number of different wide receivers like Allen Lazard, Randall Cobb, to keep Rodgers, both of them former teammates of Rodgers, to keep Rodgers happy. But at the end of the day, Wilson is going to have to grow up very quickly. The learning curve is flattened. He's not going to be able to turn the ball over. He can't make the careless decisions that he's made in years past when the team was, quote unquote, rebuilding or developing a foundation. So with an organization and a franchise that's really in win now mode, if the Jets lose, he's going to probably be a large reason why. So the key answer to this question is he's going to have to develop. he's going to have to learn quickly for anyone to be satisfied with the situation. Otherwise, fans are going to go back to calling for his head once again. And that's obviously not a very fun place to be, especially considering that the other team that plays in New York and the New York Football Giants are probably going to be in a market for the market for a quarterback come April in the draft. Could the Jets potentially join them? I don't know. I guess time will tell.
Time will tell. We'll see how it plays out over the final 13 games of the season for Zach Wilson and the Jets. Check out Jack's column on Zach Wilson at CBSSportsRadio.com. Really good one. Very interesting take there. We'll see how it all plays out. That is Jack Stern. Jack, thank you for the time and the insight. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Hopefully, he can perform a little bit better over the second half of the season here.
Jets fans can only hope for that. Thank you.